time out to the youths. This is the time we spend to give our own perspective and also give advice to the youths on steps they need to take to be able to live a successful life. One of the prayers we have and our major desire is to see that the youths are far better in terms of leadership, in terms of morality than us. So we want our children to be better. And so we try to, from the abundance of wisdom and mistakes that we have made, we don't want our children to make the same mistakes. So we try as much as possible to advise them on the steps they need to take to be able to live a productive life, if I should put it that way. And so in this program, Time Out to the Youth with Elo David, we try to give advice, instructions, counsel to the next generation on how the steps they need to take if they need to live a profitable life. Because the youths are the story of tomorrow, while the elders are the story of the past. And if we are going to have a better future, we will notice it first from the youths that we bring up. The youth that we bring up now determines how our future will look like. So we try as much as possible to give whatever advice we can give, whatever instructions we can give, whatever counsel we can give for our youth to be better. Yes, for about 2 weeks now, or rather for about a few days now, about 3, 4, 5 days now, we've been dealing on the issue of leadership. I would say as a leader, you must be compassionate. A leader must be compassionate. If you want to be a successful leader, if you want to be an impactful leader, then you must be compassionate in your dealings. You must be compassionate. You must be somebody that have mercy and show mercy. You must consider your followers. You must consider those that you are leading. You must consider the vulnerable among them, among those that you are leading. You must begin to take actions and decisions that will be of benefit to the leaders. I mean, to the young ones or to your followers. Rather, let me use that word. I think there's a better word. To your followers. So if you compare it with what is happening in Nigeria today, definitely you know that we have problem with leadership, because the leader must be compassionate. And I told you that about 3 days ago, I decided I went to the office I didn't go with the car. I went to the office with transport, and I discovered that from my house to the office, I spent close to 3,000-4,000 naira. Now, if you look at it, I mean, within the mainland here, then if you look at it and you compare it with the people that are probably working on the island, maybe you are staying in a place like Uchudu, you are staying in a place like Bega, a place like Ikeja, you are staying in a place like Beda, Yanapraja, and you are working on the island, you will discover that you will be spending close to 6,000 naira every day on transport. And I asked, I said, what is the salary? The increase of the minimum wage have not even been implemented. It's now they are saying they will begin to implement it from 29th of May, so it has not been implemented. Some states have said they cannot pay the minimum wage. So the increase in transportation to work, and which also affect other commodities, food items and the rest, you begin to ask yourself, how will people manage? So the first thing a good leader will do is to find out how will my people manage if this thing is increased that way. What a bad leader, or somebody who is not a sensitive leader, who is not compassionate, doesn't care. Because as far as the leaders are concerned, they have food, they have money, they have cars, they don't even move with one car, they move with 20 cars, 40 cars. So they have more than enough cars, right? Those that are leading cannot even fuel their car. They cannot even pay transport to their office. So I said the first thing to know if you are a right kind of leader is compassionate. And yesterday we talk about sincerity, honesty. You must be honest. A leader must be honest. His word is his bond. Not making endless promises and promises and promises. I'm saying some of these things so that the youth we have today will not begin to emulate some of the things they are saying today by the elders and think that that's the way of life. No. When you're a leader, your words must be yes and no. Your words, people must take your words seriously. Whatever you say, your words is your bond. You understand? And if you look at it in contrast with what is happening in NNPC now, you begin to know that there's a problem with leadership. For more than 6-7 times, they have said the Port Harcourt refinery will work. It will work in this since last year. Every month they keep shifting it. Next week, next month, next month, next month. Now they said by September, and we're talking about a few days to the end of September, we still not see any sign whether it will work or not. Probably by the last day of September, they will tell you again it's October. So we say a good leader is somebody who is sincere. He doesn't talk anyhow. Before he says anything, he's very sure. We are looking at qualities of a good leader. When a good leader tells you, I will do this tomorrow, go and sleep, it is certain. Because he has already checked all the indices, he has checked everywhere, he has known already that yes, he's going to do it. When a good leader tells you, this is what I want to do, NNPC will start to, Port Harcourt Refinery will start operation January, will start operation February 2023, will start operation December 2023, be rest assured, go and sleep. Why? Because he has put plus and minus, and he knows that definitely they will start. Because they have put everything together, and they know that they put some gap in case anything go wrong between this and this. Definitely by December 2023, the refinery will start. That is we're talking about leadership. So we said you must be sincere. You must be sincere. You must be a man of your word. Integrity is number one. When the people begin to lose respect in terms of integrity, when the people begin to lose respect, don't believe their leaders anymore, then there's going to be a problem. Just like the case of Nigeria now. There's nothing that they say now that people believe anymore. People don't believe it. And it didn't start now. It started as far back as 2015. There's some of the things they say, nobody believes them. It's even a joke on the street. They'll tell you, oh, no, they are lying. Oh, they are lying. They are always lying. It's not good for leadership. It's not good for leadership. A leader must be somebody that the people trust. Somebody that the people they believe on. Whatever he tells them to do, they do it because they know that's the right thing. They know that the leader will not fail them. They know that the leadership will not fail them. No way. No way will the leadership fail them. That's a good leader. That's a good leader. And another attribute of a leader is a leader is not proud. A true leader is not proud. It's always among these people. It's not in high horse there and the people are down here. No, that is not leadership. A good leader is always with the people. It's not proud. It's not proud. And I gave you an example the other day. I said one day I didn't go with my car again, and I was I decided to go through transport, and where they dropped me, from where they dropped me to where I would take the next available transport is a little bit of distance. So I was moving to the next place, bus stop, where I'm going to take transport to where I'm going to, and I saw that police were just flogging people on the road, clear, and there was siren coming. So I was thinking probably it's one of these politicians, maybe senator, House of Assembly, or governor, or this one thing or the other. One of the politicians, because that's their trademark. When they go with nice police siren, go, disturb everybody to make them know that they are there. And I see the Western world, and I see some of their leaders, they just go silently, they will enter the train and go to where they are going to, because you see, these are the people's leader. They are working for the people. They are part of the people. But in this country, you hardly see it. No, you won't see it, because they are even scared to move alone. And so when the vehicle was getting close to where I was, I discovered it's an evangelist, it's a pastor, it's a religious leader. I don't know where he was going, but his army was busy. The police were busy flogging people from the road. People were running up and down. So he passes, and he sat at the back of his car. And I knew he was not a leader. By that actions alone, I know definitely he's among the fake prophets. Because there's no one that is genuinely saved. There's no one that is a Christian leader, genuine Christian leader, who will take such an action. They are not proud. No, they are not. They are not. They are close to their people. They are always with their people. They relate to their people. They come down from their high horse to chat with the people, to relax with the people, to discuss with the people. These are people-oriented leadership. These are leaders that are people-focused. Their ears are open to the ground. Their ears are open to the ground to hear the cry of their people. No matter the advice, the first thing is they will tell you what will be the effect of my people. They are prepared to offend the international community. They are prepared to offend World Bank, offend IMF. They are prepared to do those things, but in order to protect their interests of their people, because their people, a good leader, the people is the priority. The people is the priority. I'm talking about steps of knowing a good leader. The people is the priority. Whether religious leader, whether political leader, it makes no difference. Their focus is the people. how to elevate the people. A leader is very conscious of the people, and the desire of the leader is that immediately he's made a leader, he wants to make sure that the people are not in the same position they are. It's how to elevate them to the next level. When you are a leader, your people are suffering, then you know you are a wicked leader. When you are a leader and the people are worse than you met them, then you know that there's a problem. When you are a leader and the people are worse than you met them, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Because they should be able to enjoy your leadership potentials. You see, when the good men are in authority, the people rejoice. People are always happy when the right people are in authority. When the right people are in authority, people rejoice. They are happy because they know that their lives will not remain the same. Never. Never. Their lives will not remain the same. Their life, there must be a significant increase, improvement in their life, in their standard of living. That is what leaders do. Like I said, when you are a leader and the people were eating 3 square a day, before you came, and immediately you become a leader, they cannot eat even 1 square meal a day. Then check yourself. What would they remember you for? Whether a religious leader, political leader, when we're talking about leadership, it's not just about political leaders alone. Religious leaders, even in the family, in your home as a man, you are the leader of your home. You are spending thousands and thousands of naira buying gifts for girls outside, your side chick outside, where your family don't have food to eat, where your parents cannot feed. You are a poor leader. You are a poor leader. Your children are looking tattered. They are looking hungry. But you are dressing well with expensive watch, driving an expensive car, and your family cannot eat. You go to the restaurant. You order for meal. By the time you finish eating the meal with your side chicks, you have spent close to 40,000 naira. But you find it difficult to drop 5,000 naira at home for your family to cook soup. It's very expensive as far as you are concerned. But you can go to the restaurant with your side chick and spend 50,000 naira and give her around 50,000 naira for transport. You are not a leader. You are not a leader at all. Something has taken over your spirit. A dark force, a manipulative force have taken over your spirit. Because a leader is concerned about the welfare of the people. The welfare of the people. His desire is to bring laughter to the mouth of the people. That is the desire of a leader. Is how to make the people happy. They want to make sure that immediately they leave that position, they will ensure that when they leave that position, something good will be said about them. A leader will not leave you the way he met you. You must feel the impact of the leadership. But when a leader is focused on himself and his family, how they will live well, his comfort, then there's a problem. There's a problem. That's one of the problems we're having in this present leadership. You see, members of the National Assembly, they were given about 400 something billion to buy SUVs. They built a house of over 21 billion, a house where a person will stay. One person will stay, not the whole village, for over 21 billion a house for one person to stay. Meanwhile, the people that is leading cannot even feed. The people they are leading cannot feed. They don't even have where they stay. This is not leadership. You must feel the impact of leadership by the steps they take. And all their steps is about the people. No, all their steps is about the people. I'm saying this now because we have a lot of youths that will listen to this program, that youths are listening to our program regularly. So the youths will be able to know that, look, when you find yourself in a position of authority, know that it's about the people you are leading. It's for the betterment of the people. It's for the improvement of the life of the people. The living standard of the people must improve. This must be done well. They must remember you for good. They must remember you for good. I've said once in this program that there are 3 things they will remember you for in life. When your time on earth is over and you are dead and gone, they will remember you for 3 things. First, the problem you solve, the problem you create, and the problem you refuse to solve. What problem are the leadership solving? Apart from acquiring, and I looked at these things acquiring, I just begin to laugh. Because at the end of the day, they are not taking them anywhere. They are not. Billions and billions in account, they will still die and leave the money there. They are not taking the money anywhere. They can't. They can't. Even when they bury them with gold wash, gold this, arm robbers will come and think of how to remove those gold from their casket. All these things they are trying to acquire at the detriment of the people they are leading. They can't eat more than twice a day. They can't drive more than one car. They can't live in more than one house at a time. They can't sleep in more than one bed at a time. They have thousands and thousands and millions of dollars and naira, pounds they've stored in their houses, carton, filled with money, and age, their time is going. The people that they are leading, they are suffering. They have nothing to point out. People are regretting. People are placing curses in their mind daily because of the pain they are going through. But this mind, they've acquired so much money, unused money. The money is just there in the wardrobe. The money is that everywhere. Different bank, they just put money in different bank. Then one day they will sleep, they will not wake up. They are gone. At the end of the day, they become like a fool. Because what you've acquired, what did you use it to do in your street? How many people did you help? As a leader, you are a leader in your community. You are a leader in your family. You are a leader in the streets. You are a leader in the home. You are a husband. You are a leader. The man is the leader of the home. In your family, you are even you are in Abuja. You are in Lagos. You are in Port Harcourt. You are living well. So much money. But people in your community are suffering. They don't even have light to stay. You are the only one that have massive generator, solar, everything in your house in the village. But you have people around and they have nothing, completely nothing. You have people who cannot go to school because of the level of school fees. As we are talking today now, in the next 1 week or so, school will open. The school will open. And I can tell you that 30% of the children will not be able to go back to school, if not 40%. 40% of those in the universities and those in secondary school in Nigeria today might not be able to go to school. Not only have they increased the school fees, the parents cannot afford it. And we have leaders in various parts of the government, state level, federal level, that have acquired so much unused wealth. They are not acquiring the wealth for the betterment of the people. It's just to store it there. They won't eat it. It's paper. It's of no use. At the end of the day, they will die, and that's the end of the matter. Then they will find out at the end of the day that they've lived a foolish life. They live a foolish life. Who have you helped as a leader? Who is smiling now because of you? How many people go to bed with food in their stomach because you provide for them? How many children are in school today right now because you are the one that through you they went to school? I read something on social media at that time. I don't always like to believe most of the things I read on social media, but I think this one is a little bit authentic. This one look real. And I saw Oprah Winfrey in America. I saw the thousands and thousands of people that she has sent to school. The lady have sent thousands to school, graduates, a lot of graduates. No matter how long she lives, when she finally leaves, she will still be living in the heart of the people. What will they remember you for as a leader? Are you among the money misroad? There are people they call money misroad. Unfortunate billionaires, unfortunate millionaires. They are rich, they have money, but it's unfortunate. They would have been better off poor. They have no use. The money they have does not touch the life of the people. With so much money and so much position in their states, as governors, as ministers, senators, the money for their leader. As a senator, you are the leader of your constituency. As a senator, as a member of the House of Rep, you are also a father to your constituency. Are you a blessing to your people or a curse? Or the money that is meant for constituency project, you use it to buy a car of 400 million. I ask myself, this car is 300 million. Is it not madness? Madness. Where is the car taking you to? Does the car give you long life? Sleeping in the car, stay in the car of 400 million people, when 400 million naira, 600 million naira, when your people are suffering in your community. and you are driving a car of 600 million, 700 million in Nigerian road, don't you see you are a fool? That's the best way to describe you. Do you know how many lives that 500 million can touch? Do you know how many people you can put on scholarship with that kind of money? Do you know how many people that will thank God and graduate from school because you were able to put them on scholarship, using 600 million to buy one car? One car and you will enter, just one car, 600 million. In the midst of poor people, where people are poor, where people are hungry, where people have nothing to show in life, nothing. You are just a waste. You are among the people they call money misruled. If you have money today, God wants you to be a channel to people. Channel to people. I told you that you will remember for three things: the problem you create, the problem you solve, and the problem you refuse to solve. If you have made so much money, maybe through embezzlement, through business, or genuine or non-genuine, and you have so much cash, at least the wisest thing for you to do is to see that these people around you are touched. You have so much money, it's for you to vow. If you cannot touch the entire country, touch people in your community. Ensure that they are going to school. Nobody in your community that will stay without going to school because of school fees. Nobody. You can make that vow that nobody in my community will stay home, will not go to school, will not resume school because of school fees. I will put people in my community on scholarship. 1,000 people, I will put them on scholarship. Let it be that through me, they went to school. You'll be living in the heart of 1,000 people from generation to generation. I read a story some time ago, about Rockefeller. It's the first billionaire in America, one of the first billionaire in America. I read a story some time ago how he was sick. He was almost dying of cancer at 40 something. Then he was sick at 40 something, almost dying of cancer, and. He said, well, since he's going to die, let him just begin to distribute his wealth. So he took some of his wealth and began to distribute to orphanages, give them money, and the rest. So the leaders of the orphanage told the children to write a thank you letter and send to Rockefeller. And they wrote thank you letter. The children wrote thank you letter and sent to Rockefeller. And they discovered that the more they were thanking him, the more they were appreciating the good thing that he has done, the more he was getting healed. He started giving more money. The more he was giving out, the more he was getting healed. He lived to be over 100 years. Somebody they said is going to die at 40 something of cancer. He lived till up to 100 years. The best thing you can do, the best form of leadership, is to see that you provide respite for your people. Is to see that you take care of the needs of your people. Is to see that you create avenue for the widows and the orphans. That's the greatest source of blessing. The greatest source of blessing, the greatest source of to live a long life, longevity, is to see that you provide for the orphans and also provide for the widows. That is what they call charity. That is living. How many orphans are in your payroll in terms of feeding? You have so much money, you are a multi-billionaire, you are in government, acquiring. Don't you know you are like a Dead Sea? And a Dead Sea is of no use. There's no life. Life does not grow up in a Dead Sea. Nothing survives there. You don't have life there. Fishes don't survive in the Dead Sea. Why are they called Dead Sea? They keep receiving water, but they don't channel the water outside. You'll be stealing and embezzling money. You're a senator, you're a this, you're a governor, acquiring money, buying houses abroad, filling all the bank accounts with money. At the end of the day, you will fall down and die like a chicken. Your whole money is gone. The sad part of it is that most of our politicians we are seeing today, if they die today, now even their family don't even know where their money is. The Western world will take. Do you know how many of our money we have left to the Western world? Because the men, they always think they will live forever. They just keep stealing and putting in accounts, and even nobody knows they have that kind of money. At the end of the day, when they drop there, because they die before, they don't know that they are going to die so suddenly. But they forget that life is not in their hands. Life is in the hands of God. What you have is today, you don't have tomorrow. Why don't you make use of today appropriately? Why don't you touch the life of people today? Because tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is all you have. The good you are postponing, the good you want to do tomorrow, why don't you do it today? The good you hope to do tomorrow, why don't you do it today? The good that you are supposed to do tomorrow, why don't you do it today? Why don't you do it today? The good. That good that say you want to do tomorrow, why don't you do it today? You have all the time in the world to do it. You have the money. Touch the life of people. Things are going terrible right now in Nigeria. For the past 1.5 years, going to 2 years that this government came now, it has turned the life of people upside down. What are you doing in your small corner to elevate the pain of the people? I told you that day I was going to GT Bank, and I went to park opposite there. I was just coming down from the car, and I saw a lady that just came in, maybe around 60, 65. They come in, and where I park my car, there's a food vendor there that sells food. And she just came and just said, please, I'm hungry, terribly hungry, I'm not eating. I wanted to ignore her, something saying, don't try it. And I had to tell the woman that was selling food there, give her money. I said, please, I want you to feed this woman, and I paid. How many people have you put in joy in their faces? Your own is just to embezzle and embezzle and embezzle and embezzle. You politician, you Nigerian politician, you this and this. It's just to acquire. And begin to move in convoy of cars. These are things you will die and live. Material things. Definitely material things are good. But life is not about material things. If that is what your focus is on just material things, without giving back to the society, you are living a wasted life. You are living a wasted life. One of the easiest ways to fulfill your destiny, the easiest way, is to ensure that you give back to the society. You are a multi-billionaire. You have businesses around the world. How many youths are in the pay and have you given scholarship to? How many people are in school today because of you? Do you know that this is a source of blessing? One thing is to have money. The second thing is to be able to enjoy the money. There are many big people, rich people today with so much money, they are not enjoying it. They are living in bondage, living in captivity. They are not happy, they are not sad. They are just there, just existing. If you want to live a happy life, if you want to live a joyful life, if you want to live a long life, make sure you are touching the life of someone. Make sure on a daily basis you are touching the life of someone. It's not about going to church to be praying every day, or go to mosque to be praying 5 times, or go to church to be praying 100 times. That is not all about. The greatest is love. The greatest is love. You must touch the life of the people. That is the thing that guarantees long life, not just prayer. There are people that have even died in their knees while they are praying. But how many lives are you touching? Are you useful to humanity at all? Or are you the selfish person? Selfishness is one of the sources of the reason that you use that word of untimely death or dying suddenly. Selfishness. Because you are not important. You are not relevant. Nobody goes to bed every day praying for you that, God, I beg, keep this man. Because no matter how terrible you are, God himself knows that you are the source of joy to people. There are a lot of people that depend on you. And you ask, why is this man blessed? The man is blessed continuously because there are people that depend on him, and once he has money, he will take care of people. God wants to meet the need of people. And so when he sees somebody who is in the art and in the process, who is in the business of putting smiles in the face of people, God wants to make sure that such individuals are blessed. Because he knows that when they have, others will have. When they have, that widow will eat. When they have, that orphan will eat. When they have this, that orphan school fees will be paid. It's not grab it all. Grab it, put it in your pocket. You are the only one. That's why most people die untimely death. I said it. Because it's only themselves they think about. Myself, 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 myself. It's not about meeting the needs of people. They focus on their own needs. They focus on satisfying themselves. I heard a story some time ago that really touched me. There's this orphanage, and they ate, almost practically ate, like they ate their last meal that night. And those that were the people that were managing the orphanage, they told these young children in the orphans, these young orphans rather, in the orphanage, that this is the last food that we have this evening. So let's just eat the food and thank God before we go to sleep. So they ate that food, thank God, they went to sleep. They didn't know what they would eat the next day. But to their amazement, God was working things out. And somebody just felt, the person felt he should take foodstuffs to the orphanage. It's God that dropped it in his heart, but he didn't know. He just felt he should take these things to this orphanage. He just felt it. But actually it was God that was speaking. He said God speaks to many people, just that they refuse to listen, because they don't know that it's God that is speaking to them. And so that's how this rich man gathered, packed foodstuff plenty, and drove. As early as 5:36, he was already there with a small trailer of foodstuffs. So while the children woke up from sleep and they just wanted to say their early morning prayer, they started receiving knock on the door, at the gate of the orphanage. The phone call, horn, vehicle horn, knock on the gates. Who is that this early morning? This is just to 6, 15 minutes to 6. So they came out. So opened the gate, and this trailer drove in, abundant of foodstuffs. The person that was running the orphanage began to cry. God watches over people. He said the eyes of God moves to and fro. The eyes of God moves to and fro, trying to meet the needs of the people. Will you be part of those in the business? Will you be the hand of God on earth to reach the orphans, the widows, the elderly, the poor, those who cannot go to school? Will you be the hand of God on earth to meet their needs? And I told you, remember what I said, you can never die untimely death as long as you're a blessing to humanity continuously. You can never. Because, God will be unjust to see that he allows you to be killed. Why? Because it is true that these people are feeding. Do you know what will happen? Do you know what will happen when the person dies? How will the rest people feed? How will they go to school? Because he's responsible for paying their school fees. He's responsible for feeding that widow, feeding that family. The family will not have eaten anything apart from him. It is through him that the families are eating. So no matter what is coming near their way, sickness, cancer, and this, there's a way God does it so that he will prevent it from happening. Because he knows the consequences. He knows what will happen if this person dies now. There are many families that will be affected. If anything wants to happen to you now, is there any family that will be affected? Your own is just to steal money, put for bank, big house, break one house, move to another house, buy house. Buying properties that you will not live forever. These are things that you will live very soon. You will definitely leave it. You don't even know who will take over. Leave a legacy in the heart of the people. Let the people thank God that you were born. You don't need to have so much money to be a blessing. You don't need to be rich to have a blessing. You only need to have a rich heart to reach out to those who don't have. Somebody comes to your house. I'm talking about leadership. Filled with compassion. They're not proud. Meeting the needs of the people. That's a leader. That's a leader. Somebody comes to your house and tells you he has not eaten since morning with his family. And meanwhile, you have three bags of rice, you have turkey, you have chicken, all in your fridge. And what happens? You tell the person, oh my God, the devil is a liar, let us pray. What are you praying for? You have a bag of rice at home. Give him some rice. Give him some chicken and give him some money to eat. You can afford it. Do it. It is better. You see, each time you give out resources, each time you meet the needs of people, you are giving out sickness out of your body. You are giving out battle, sickness, disease, cancer. You are giving it out. That's what happened to Rockefeller. As he was meeting the needs of these people, feeding them, taking good care of them, not knowing that he was giving out the sickness and he was throwing away the sickness from his body. Somebody that they say will die of cancer in his 40s. He lived up to over 100, if I'm not mistaken. What happened to the sickness? They disappeared. Because he's meeting the needs of people and people are praying for him. Your prayer might not be enough. But when you are a blessing to people, their prayer will be more than enough. There was a time we gave out food to the elderly people from 60 to 80 and above. We bought bags of rice that we were sharing to these elderly people, old people. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, pagan, we are humans. We are humans. We are not trying to create any religious divides. As long as we are a human being, it's our responsibility on this side of eternity to see that we are able to do whatever we can to be a blessing to you. And that's what BHF does. We do it regularly, meeting the needs of people, giving food to the elderly. And when we finish this, giving this food and the rest, all of a sudden, a lady over 80 years old, she turned back. She was going with the foodstuff and the rest, old woman, it's a Muslim woman, she turned back. And she was telling me, she said, may God bless you. You will not suffer in life. Being a blessing to people. Touching the heart of people. So they begin to speak positive words to you. It doesn't matter the amount of negative words anybody has spoken to you. Do what is right and attract blessing to your life. Money is good, my friend, but health is better. Health is far, far better. Health is far, far better. When I had that accident and I went to the hospital, that's when I knew the importance of health. There are some things that can happen to a man, he will wipe out his entire health, his entire resources. There are people who have been sick, they spend all their money, millions and millions, trying to cure sickness. At the end of the day, when the millions finish, the person dies. Health is number one. And one of the sources of good health is try as much as possible to meet the need of the less privileged. When I was in the hospital, did you visit me? When I was in prison, did you visit me? When I was hungry, did you feed me? When I could not pay school fees, did you pay for me? When I was in need, did you meet my needs? That is what life is all about. Not carrying a big Bible or big brand, walking to place and shouting, writing, putting a label in your back and make Christian. No, you don't need to announce it. Let your good works show it that you know God. Your good works. Let it show it that you really know God. That you're a good Christian, you're a good Muslim. Let your good work show it. It's not by wearing t-shirts or moving about with sticker. It's not by announcing it. Try to tell people, I'm this, I'm that. No. Your life will show it. Let your life show it. The life you are living now, let it show that you're a good leader. In your environment, we talk about what the federal government cannot do. Yeah, but what can you do in your own place? That child, you might not be able to pay the school fees, but you can buy the books. You can pay for the uniform. You can. I remember about 10 years ago, 13 years ago, I made a statement on Facebook, even before this controversy, religious controversy started. I made a statement on Facebook. I said, if you have people who are in need and you try to meet their need, that is what God wants you to do. There are more blessings attached to it. More blessings attached to it. It makes you live long. It makes your children benefit from it. I will round up with this. When I was growing up, my late father We give his properties to different organizations. His small resources, his time, his energy, he put it in trying to see that he was a blessing to people. I was very angry with him then. I would be angry. I would say that how can you be spending money, time, and some of your property you are giving it to these religious people? Don't they collect money in their churches? Why must you be the one spending? Why must you be doing this? My dad said something. He said, everything I'm doing is for you people. That even when I'm far gone, God will remember. Yes, there's a lot of discussion about generational curses. Why don't you start a new lineage of generational blessing? Be a blessing today to someone. Let your day not be complete except you put a smile in the face of someone. Let your day not be complete except you put a smile in the face of somebody. Let somebody be happy, be grateful, be joyful, because you have touched their lives. You have put food on their table. You have given them water to drink. You have solved the problem. No matter how small, start from somewhere. Start from somewhere. You might not have millions, you have thousands. You might not have thousands, you have hundreds. You might not have hundreds, you have tens. By all means, put a smile in the face of people. If you cannot do it every day, do it every week. If you cannot do it every week, do it every month. But ensure that no month ends without extending a hand of blessing to people. Be a man that is remembered for meeting the needs of people. And definitely as you meet the needs of people, God will also meet your need and meet the needs of your children. Until we meet again, remember we talked about compassion, talk about integrity, we talk about humility, not being proud. Associating yourself with people, being a blessing to them. Not distancing themselves because you have made so much money. And no other person is a human being anymore. No. We would not like to end this broadcast by also what we normally say once in a while. Please do everything possible. Let's begin to pray for the peace of the Middle East, because the crisis is getting escalated. The Jews have targeted a lot of Hezbollah facilities. They've destroyed many Hezbollah facilities, and it's going to about over 600 now are being killed. Properties are being destroyed. And for the first time today, Hezbollah was able to fire the missiles that got into the middle of Tel Aviv. So you see the escalation is getting worse. Although nobody was killed, their Iron Dome system was able to pull it down, but a man was slightly injured and one was seriously injured. We need to de-escalate. And I think what the world body needs to do is to tell Hezbollah to move backward towards the Litani River. They should move backward, because in the first place, they started this war. Hezbollah started this war. They were the one that started firing missiles to Israel. And for almost 1 year, they were firing missiles to Israel. Nobody said anything. The UN Secretary General said nothing. Nobody said one thing. Now that Israel is attacking them, the whole world is trying to say something. But they've been attacking Israel for almost a year now. The world said nothing. It's not right. It's not right. We must be a people of justice, as I keep saying. We must be a people of justice. They should tell Hezbollah, please don't put the people of Lebanon at risk. It's unfortunate that Lebanon is a failed state, and so the terrorists have taken over Lebanon. They're in control of Lebanon now, the terrorists, sponsored, financed by Iran. What we need is peace. Peace in the Middle East. We want to join hands together and build Gaza so that people can go back to their homes. Because there are many people that have not been to their homes. We want the attack from Hezbollah to stop, so that those Jews, over 60,000 Jews who have run away from the northern Israel, can be able to go back, so that they can be able to go back, continue to live their life with their family. Over 60,000 people have been evacuated. They are no more in their houses for almost 1 year now, because Hezbollah keep firing missiles to the north. We need to stop it. The hostages need to be released. And the war in Ukraine needs to stop. Russia needs to stop. It's enough. You said it's going to be just a few minutes exercise. Now it's going to 3 years. From a few weeks to 3 years. It's not necessary. Too many people have been killed. Too many people have been killed. Let the fight in Ukraine stop. Let the fight in Gaza stop. Let Hezbollah stop. We want to see peace. We want to see a better nation. We want to see a world where there is peace. Whatever we make out of this world is what will benefit from it. God will not come down to do anything about the earth. No, it's our responsibility. Because He has given the earth to us to manage. Let's manage this earth well. Let there be peace, let there be love. Until we meet again tomorrow, please take good care of yourself and ensure that before tomorrow, touch the life of someone for good.